Welcome to Seattle, Washington for the running of the championship finale here in the 2022 DRL Summer Series. I'm Logan. Welcome to Armory Digital Super Speedway. Today I'm joined with Andrew for, once again, final race of the season, race 8 out of 8 for the Summer Series and the Verizon Finals at Armory Digital. We're ready for 29 laps around this 2.7-mile behemoth of a track, and we got 8 guys coming into this race, a third of the field, who can still win this championship based on the math. And leading those guys is Roger Parker in the number 20. He won at Iowa earlier this season. He comes in with 262 points, and if he wins here today, no doubt he clinches that championship. But it's really a crapshoot in who could win here today. The points, you have to be within 28 points at the end of the end of the last race to have a shot at this title at Auto Club. And 8 guys have done that. Roger Parker, as we said, 262 points coming in. Second place, Jordan Watt, who won at Pikes Peak. He's 8 points behind. Nathan Ormond in the 13 car, 9 points behind. And Logan DeCarlos in the 31, he won at Hillside at the second race of the season. He's 11 points behind coming in. That's the 4 guys who have a very, very legitimate shot at this championship. The other 4 have a shot on math and math only. It's unless they get a miracle. So they're all over 20 points behind. And those 4 guys are Benny Watson, 21 points behind. Titan Nicholas, who starts third, as you can see, 24 points behind. Braden Perez, 24 points behind. And Annie Thomas, 26 points behind. But without further ado, let's get these engines fired and get them around this long pace lap here at Armory Digital. And the engines fire here at the Armory Digital Super Speedway. Everyone is rolling as they'll go through the long pit exit here. So Andrew, what are you expecting here in this championship race, or is there nothing to expect?
I don't think you can expect anything from Armory Digital. One of the most challenging and, I guess, inconsistent and unpredictable tracks here on the schedule. And I'm expecting to see a lot of lead changes, maybe a wreck or two. And those championship contenders are going to have to watch out all race. These 29 laps are going to be the most challenging of the season for them. And hopefully it produces more action than another certain Super Speedway race that we had at the beginning of the season. It'll be very fun to see what happens. Now over to Logan for the starting lineup.
And as you see, the starting lineup, Zachary Fitzwater will start on the pole for the 3rd time this season in the 30. He'll start alongside Roberto Crown Jr. in the number 19. Then Titan Nicholas in the 21, 24 points behind coming into this. He still has a shot at the championship, as we said. We'll have to see if the odds go in his favor. Ethan Lewis in number 2 starts in the 4th spot. And on row number 3, Colin Cropley and Madison Kingsbury are there. And row number 4, Caleb Rose rolls off from the 7th position alongside Logan DeCarlos, who is one of those 4 guys that has a very good shot at winning this championship. Annie Thomas and Reggie Fogelman round out the top 10 here at Armory Digital, ready for the Verizon Finals. On the last row, Bradley Reed starts from the final spot, and then at number 5, as we approach the dog leg that leads to the finish line here at Armory Digital. Zachary Fitzwater's got the field in his hands as we go through the dog leg, and the pace lap is over. The green flag is waving. They go up through the gears, and the green flag is out for the Verizon Finals 400 here at Armory Digital. Rolling off at turn number 4 here at Armory Digital, Titan Nicholas leads the way from that 3rd starting spot as it was 4 wide already. Saw Annie Thomas in the middle, but they figured that out before they got out of turn number 4, so luckily we won't probably have a crash on lap number 1 here at Armory Digital. As we just got underway, Titan Nicholas, Colin Cropley, and Caleb Rose, the top 3, as they start to file out up front. Of course, that'll go back and forth throughout the race. That's what cycle racing is. It's the product of it is we see a lot of leaders and a lot of guys coming and going. But once again, 4 wide, Braden Perez looking at him painting that blue line down on the bottom. Fortunately, it won't quite work for him. No one else is down there, but Nicholas continues to lead the way because Cropley hasn't made a move yet.
Probably just sitting on the back bumper. I'm sure that is not what Titan Nicholas wants, but yet again, he is getting that nice push. The 28 now making a dive to the inside, and Cropley gets to make a move to the outside. It could go 3 wide here into turn number 1. Caleb Rose is not going to get there. It seems that Nicholas has a sizable advantage. The top 5 are starting to stretch away from the main pack, but they're still close enough to be within drafting range, so nothing too major yet. 3 wide for the 6th position.
And that's Braden Perez making up more spots in the inside again in that 87 car. He'll get around Roberto Crown Jr., who's slipping back on that outside lane from the 2nd starting spot. Ryan Durrani's also up there in the 16. He won at Daytona, where he led almost every single lap except for the first one. But now Benny Watson's here in the 17. He's making his way up toward the top 5, and he wants it more than Perez. He shoots it down to the inside. They're 3 wide across the line throughout most of the pack. Titan Nicholas leads again at the line. Colin Cropley's to his inside this time, and now the number 10 shoots his way to the lead on lap number 4.
Cropley clearing through turn number 2. Fitzwater, your pole sitter, is going to try and pull up behind him and take 2nd place away. Benny Watson, 21 points behind at the beginning of this race. He's 3rd on the inside line, but we'll see that shift throughout the day, so nothing too major here at the beginning, except for maybe avoiding a big one if it does happen. You also see Jordan Watt right behind him on the inside, and it looks like a middle lane is starting to form back toward the middle of the pack.
Yeah, it looks like Stephen Collins has been stuck up on the outside there, and it's allowed guys like Braden Perez, Roger Parker, and Madison Kingsbury all in that middle lane, but looks like they're not getting really anywhere. You see Will Parrish going to the inside here in that number 1 car, as well as Logan DeCarlos is down here. Kate Onyx rubbing up against Roger Parker, making contact side to side. They'll keep it clean through turn 1 and 2 in that challenging transition from banked corner to banked straightaway. It gets the cars real loose, and you could see an accident there. We saw it in the New Year's 500 at the beginning of the year, but they'll get through it clean this time around. And Colin Cropley continues to lead the way. Jordan Watt in that 40 car is going to try and get to the inside of Cropley, make a run at the lead, try and get a bonus point. As we end lap 5, go to lap 6 through the dogleg. I think Cropley's going to have the run on that outside because he's already just ahead of Watt, and he will lead lap number 5. But Watt's going to be right there through turns 1 and 2. Will Parrish, Kate Onyx, and Logan DeCarlos also on that inside line. Guys we haven't seen yet. We'll see 1 or 2 more times at least because of the way this race works. Jordan Watt shoots to the lead. He's clear onto the back straightaway.
Down the back stretch, 2nd place in points in the lead. Cropley getting dumped on the outside line. Onyx trying to get a move to the inside, and we also see a 2-car tandem on the very inside, comprised of Owen Miles in the 67 and the 24 of Reggie Fogelman. They're going to be absorbed into the main inside line, where Onyx is making a dive to the inside and gets forced into the middle lane by Miles, and blocks it off again. Jordan Watt's the lead.
Jordan Watt leads his first lap on the day here. It's now lap 7 of 29. Still 23 to go here in this one in the Verizon Finals. Watt falls back on the outside. Kate Onyx takes her turn at the front. And Owen Miles in the 67. Reggie Fogelman in the 24. They're coming up through here. Nathan Ormond, 9 points behind coming in. Just 1 point behind Watt, but it's now 2 with Watt leading a lap. He's trying to get up there as well, but it looks like Burt Macklin's got other things to say in that 7. As you see a car way off the pace in the back there. Stephen Collin. I don't know what happened to the... Oh, he hit the wall. That's what I'm hearing. And from that 45, he's going to lose a lot of time. He might even lose the draft here, unless we get a caution that might be race over. But Owen Miles back up at the front. He's going to go to the lead. Reggie Fogelman's already trying to make a move on him as well, as there's just lots of pushing and shoving here at Armory Digital. Who wants it most?
I think everyone wants it, but yeah, like William said, who wants it the most? Pretty much anyone in contention wants it. Anyone who doesn't have a win wants it. And literally probably anyone in this field just wants the win in general. As we see a sizable gap being pulled out by Nathan Orman. He is uncontested for a little bit. It looks like Burt Macklin's going to try to make a move. And on his inside, attempting, was your Daytona winner in 16 of Ryan Durrani. He is back.
Yeah, but he won't quite have a shot at it this time. Burt Macklin's going to be far and away in front of him as the 7 goes to the lead off of turn number 4 now. Durrani's put in the middle by Ethan Lewis, playing a bit of a disrupted role in this race. Started fourth, he's been back and to the front. You can see that doesn't take very long in some cases. It's only lap 9 now. Burt Macklin, Nathan Ormond first and second across the line that time, but Macklin took the point away. And Ormond's going to start to fall back as it's 4 wide to his inside. 4 wide for the 4th spot. Caleb Rose, Bradley Ream, Ryan Ronnie, Reggie Fogelman. As Ormond escapes it. Burt Macklin, Ethan Lewis up front. And now Roger Parker's going way down there. May have been 5 wide on the backstretch for a second. They figured that out. Still 4 wide through the corner, though. Onyx, Caleb Rose, Owen Miles, Roger Parker from top to bottom. This looks to be for about that 7th or 8th spot. As we'll watch Miles and Rose across the finish line here. It can get a little hairy. But Rose shoots the gap to the inside, and they'll keep it clean. On lap number 10, Burt Macklin still leads in the 7. Ethan Lewis trying to catch up to him now as well. As Nathan Ormond still staying in the top 5 in that outside lane. I don't know how much longer that'll last. Roger Parker, another 4 wide move to the inside. This time it's for 3rd, but I don't know if it'll work. He's got no help.
It's really fun to watch these guys, and they're not wrecking. And especially when Roger Parker keeps making his moves. He did 2 4 wide moves, and he attempted to go 5 wide on the backstretch just last lap, trying to get his bumper below one of those 4 wides. Just being very aggressive here, and we are not even halfway yet. Ethan Lewis getting pushed by the 19 of Roberto Crown Jr. He has a slight advantage in that 2-car tandem. And fighting for that wheel is Burt Macklin and Caleb Rose, who is back from falling back and being pushed on the outside lane, I guess. Ethan Lewis and Roberto Crown Jr. down the back stretch on lap 11.
And Lewis is right in front of Crown. He's not making a move. He's too far back. Caleb Rose moving up on that inside line. 4 wide once again around that 7th or 8th spot. Braden Perez to the very inside of Owen Miles, Bradley Ream. Fogelman was up there. Nathan Ormond's still up there as well. Roger Parker, however, the points leader coming in, moving his way into the top 5 now, running about the 4th spot. And in that tag tour car, he falls in behind Kingsbury. Caleb Rose making a move for 2nd as well. Underneath Roberto Crown Jr. Going to try and get Lewis through turn number 2. Kingsbury comes down to push him. We'll see if they can get a run going down the back straightaway.
It looks so, but she's not. Yes, she does make a move to the inside of Rose to 2nd position. And if she gets close enough, she's going to try to make it. Never mind. Roger Parker with another very exciting and bold move for 2nd place. Not helping out Kingsbury at all. And it looks like he's going to attempt to go for the lead very soon. He needs to find help in that middle/inside lane, depending on whatever he's running. Down the front stretch into lap number 13, Ethan Lewis with another lap led. And Parker still seeking help.
Yeah, Parker's got to finish top 5 if he wants to clinch the championship here today. And right now, he's been doing a darn good job of it. We're not even halfway through, but I mean, he's made some bold moves to get up front, and I'm assuming we would see that at the end of the race too, if that was the case, and he's in position for it. Hopefully he doesn't crash out before then, but Ethan Lewis led the last few laps. He's got 3 laps led or so, I believe now, which is the same number as Titan Nicholas, trying to steal away that bonus point from Nicholas. Parker's going to go to his inside in that 20. He's going to clear off at turn number 4. Lead lap number 13. Now Annie Thomas in the 23 working her way up on the inside of Ethan Lewis as well. Getting that push from Nicholas, who wants that another lap led. This time Roger Parker gets a lap led, and he's going to get immediately passed by Andy Thomas. And now Bradley Ream's working his way up on the inside. In that 5, he shot from 4th to 2nd in just a couple corners in that number 5 machine. Started last here today, And halfway through this race this time by, I do believe he's trying to contend for the lead here.
As he said, Parker getting shuffled back on the outside. But I don't think it'll be long until he's back with the way he's been putting up that performance, just getting to the lead on lap 13. Annie Thomas, the last person eligible in points, 26 back at the beginning of this race, leading. This is the type of miracle that she would need to win this championship. She would also need a few other contenders to fall ways back as well. You also see Benny Watson making a move for third place on Nicholas. He is also going to tuck one to the inside of Ream if he can get his bumper to the inside. Not quite with the help from Burke Macklin. And yeah, so far, 2-car tandem out in lead. Annie Thomas down the back stretch.
Thomas continues to stay up front in that 23 car. As you see, Ream's gotten right back behind her in that 5. Stephen Collins lost the draft for sure in that 45. He needs a caution. He's 12 seconds behind if he wants to get back in this thing. But right now, the way they're racing, they're not wrecking, so they haven't really been close to wrecking. It's only been a couple of times they've had the chance to. But Annie Thomas leads once again. Lap 16 of 29 make it now. Titan Nicholas gets really loose into the corner there. He goes way up the track. Benny Watson and Owen Miles to his inside. As Annie Thomas and Bradley Ream continue to be 1-2 up front as they head down the back straightaway. We'll see if Owen Miles can disrupt that here, but his run's going to stall out on the bottom of that 3 wide. No one's been able to touch these two since they've gotten up front.
About halfway through the race now, we're going to check on our fastest lap, and I would not be surprised if it's your points leader, because he's been putting up an amazing fight down the front stretch, still uncontended for the lead. Fastest lap goes to Benny Watson with a 47.695, and he is, for Super Series, not really contended with. Next car's about 80 thousandths back. Forgot to do math there for a second. And speaking of Benny Watson, he's in the 3rd position. He is looking to make a move on 2nd if he can. He ducks inside, no help. We'll have to see if he can make it work. Into turn number 3, Annie Thomas still your current leader.
And you saw Braden Perez make a 4 wide move in the background. He's been a foot 4 wide by the pole sitter Fitzwater in that 30 car. Back around the 6th spot as we've had some shuffling up front. Benny Watson's moving to the inside for the 2nd position on Bradley Ream. Jordan Watts right behind him, but Annie Thomas stays out, leads her 4th lap of the race. It's going to be the most laps led right now as it stands. Obviously, still 13 to go here in the Verizon Finals at Armory Digital. But Annie Thomas, Bradley Ream continue to lead the way. Ream fended off Watson there. And Nathan Ormond up here as well in that 13 car. Jordan Watt, so 3 guys in that top 6 in points. And we're up here in the top 5. And now Logan DeCarlos is being pushed up here as well. But it continues to be Annie Thomas and Bradley Ream up front. Now Nathan Ormond jumps right back in line and jumps right out. Ormond to the inside of Ream for the 2nd spot.
To the inside, Ormond, he is going to officially take the lead, I think, through the dog leg if Thomas does not get a good run, because she's not being pushed. Watson just made a cheeky move back down to the inside line in front of Watt. He is only going to push through turns 1 and 2. Annie Thomas did get that lap last time by. I think Benny Watson, I'm getting those two confused now, is going to try to make a move here very soon. I think down this back stretch with Watt would be a great opportunity into turn number 3, as the field has been condensing recently, and now is back to mostly 2 wide action. Not making a move through turn number 3, so Ormond will continue to lead.
Nathan Ormond to the lead on lap 19 of 29, coming at 10 to go this time by. Behind him is the duo of Jordan Watt and Benny Watson, Watt and Watson. As Andrew, you heard him getting tongue-tied over that, and I'm sure I would too at some point. If they've been together all season, we'll have to see. Nathan Ormond goes across the line, leads with 10 to go in the championship finale here at Armory Digital. 4 wide for the 2nd spot. Will Parrish shooting the gap down there, painting the blue line, and he's going to go at least to the 3rd, if not better. He's still side by side with Jordan Watt, being pushed by Logan DeCarlos in that 31 car. Annie Thomas up top with Benny Watson as well, and up in the 2nd spot, Jordan Watt still clear But Nathan Ormond leads the way into turn 3. A scrolling pack behind him. They are quite squirrely in there. And it's not been really 4 wide, though. Not much. But yeah, Nathan Ormond's going to stay in front and lead another lap here. Jordan Watt clear of second still, and it's a fight behind him between Watson and Parrish for the 3rd spot.
Back to the more 2-wide action, except for the leaders. Ormond still leading, doing an impressive job out front as of right now. Watt behind him. Parrish in 3rd. DeCarlos is back from the dead. He was 23rd, like, I think about 8 laps ago, something around there. He is 2nd place on the inside line, and he is going to be pushing Parrish to the inside of Watt. He will make that move. Took him a while to actually get up there, but this is another chance for DeCarlos to get back to the front now. Closing off this race, in the closing laps of this race, Ormond still out front.
Nathan Ormond continues to be clear out front, but Will Parrish is going to have something to say about that now. A new challenger in that number 1 car. As DeCarlos and Rose mix up a bit behind him, Jordan Watt's going to fall back in the very outside here. He does not want to see that with so little time remaining here at Armory Digital, regardless of how long the track seems and you know, how long the laps take here. This is still a very small amount of time to get back up front. And Will Parrish knows the time is now. He wants to take the lead here and try to hold it to the end. He's got to clear Nathan Ormond first. It was 4 wide behind him. They're back here, Colin Cropley, Bradley Ream in the middle. I think they'll keep it clean, but it's Ormond leading at the line once again. And make that 7 laps to go here at Armory Digital. Will Parrish, another run to is inside. 4 wide throughout the pack now in a few different spots. They figure it out very quickly, but Parrish is going to get the push from Burt Macklin it looks like he needs. Roberto Crown Jr., Ryan Durrani are back here looking to give him help as well. And I think Parrish has got it. He's taking it away from Ormond.
That was some brilliant driving by the mid-pack. 4 wide for about 4 or 5 rows there. Parrish still hasn't cleared the lead. Ormond is putting up an amazing fight trying to keep this. But I think that's going to come to the end on this stretch. Parrish will clear into the dogleg, and he will lead us into 6 laps to go here from Armory Digital. Roberto Crown Jr. looking to make a move to his inside. I don't think he's there quite yet, but there's Fitzwater to help him out.
Parrish has got Roberto Crown Jr. behind him now. Nathan Ormond continues to stay strong on that outside lane where he has been all day. Roger Parker 4 wide to the inside for the 6th spot now. Doesn't have enough drafting help to propel him there, but he's coming back up in the top 10 when it counts the most. In that 20 car, Will Parrish getting put on the outside by Roberto Crown Jr. in that 19 car. And Crown looks like he's going to take the point off of turn number 4 here. Regardless, neither of them are in contention for the championship, but both of them want this race win. They have not won a race yet this year. And the Crown leads at the line. Make it 5 to go in the Verizon Finals at Armory Digital. Nathan Ormond still in the top 5. Ryan Durrani, who is inside. He put Burt Macklin almost in the wall there. But it's Crown clearing to the lead. Zachary Fitzwater coming back from the pole to 2nd place. And Ryan Durrani, been good in the draft this season. He's moving up and looking for 3rd.
Durrani dominated at the first Super Speedway of the season. Let's see if he can do it again. But he's followed by the very, very bold driver of Roger Parker, who's been making crazy moves all day. Like I said, he is back. He now leads the inside lane, 4 cars. And it looks like he's going to try getting to lead within these next 4 laps now. He is in a great position to win this championship. Like Logan said earlier, needs to be in the top 5 to clinch. That is where he is right now. But he doesn't want to get too bold, as going to the lead might cause him to get past. Now he's shuffling back down. As we've seen, as he took the lead earlier, we saw that happen. I'm stumbling today. He is going to make the move to the inside of Durrani. New race leader, Roger Parker.
And still 3.5 laps to go here at Armory Digital. Anything can happen between them, and I think he might get put on the outside. He's a little too early here. We'll have to see if that holds true. Roger Parker to the lead with 3 to go. Looking for the championship here at Armory Digital. Sam Oskin, Kate Onyx, and Titan Nicholas are back here on the inside lane as well. As you see Durrani starting to fall back. You see how quickly you fall back when you get put on that very outside lane here at Armory Digital. Durrani just fell right out of the top 5 here, getting passed by Ormond in the 7th spot. But Roger Parker's continuing to have Sam Oskin sit right behind him on his bumper. Oskin has not made a move. Titan Nicholas has for the 3rd spot, but just doesn't have the support behind him, and Kate Onyx keeps it. Roger Parker is going to lose the trust of Sam Oskin here. Here goes the 71 to the inside for the lead. And Parker's going to fall back. Kate Onyx going to his inside now as well. But Parker, it looks like he'll stay in about the 2nd position here. But is he going to fall back too far? Or will he stay up there? 2 laps to go. 5.5 miles left in the Verizon Finals Series, of the DRL Summer Series here at Armory Digital. Colin Cropley looking to the inside now for the lead. He's going to take it away. Cole Stravik is up here as well in the 54. Caleb Rose in the 28. Annie Thomas is up here as well, and Parker's already fallen out of the top 5. He's up top 4 wide now. Titan Nicholas is pushing him on that outside lane as Roger Parker's losing his shot. But I don't see anyone else right in close range who could take it away from him yet. There's Nathan Ormond. But Jordan Watt is stuck back here with Logan DeCarlos, and that's the 4 guys. But up for the lead, Colin Cropley, Caleb Rose, as they come to the white flag here at Armory Digital.
I think Parker may have committed too early, taking the lead with 3 laps to go. He is falling back, and if someone else who needs to be up front or needs a win, like Annie Thomas in the middle lane, if they need that win and he falls back far enough, something could happen down the backstretch for the final time. Rose leads. Inside move by Braden Perez, not in the championship fight for either of them. But Thomas is there. Stuck in the middle lane though. The 67 of Owen Miles. Stuck behind us.
And Braden Perez is going to win the final. Fuck off. Why do you have to take the finish?
It's my series.
Because you're screwing up the names.
I was screwing the names. He tried taking the computer away from me.
Look at all the names, and then I will play it back.
I know what the names are.
Well, then say them on time.
You took the computer when I was trying to talk. Where were we?
Somewhere in turn 3.
That's helpful.
You're trying to say, here comes the 67, and blanked out again.
Yes, I took the computer.
All right.
There you go. Of Owen Miles, he is not there as of right now. Perez has the bumper in front, and it looks like he's going to be... And no, never mind. There goes the 67 to the inside. He is not going to get there in time. Braden Perez wins here at Armory Digital.
87 comes home with the win. He's 24 points behind coming in. It's not going to be enough to get Roger Parker. But Parker comes home 14th. But Jordan Watt is back in the 22nd spot. He's not going to get this win. He's not going to get this championship. For Logan DeCarlos. DeCarlos finished in the 11th spot. That's not going to be enough. And Nathan Ormond was 15th, right behind Parker. So Roger Parker is your 2022 DRL Summer Series champion. He clinches it here at Armory Digital. And with a bold drive here today, some hurt feelings afterwards. It's Watt and DeCarlos involved in that, as well as Will Parrish getting sandwiched. But no hurt feelings for Roger Parker here today at Armory Digital. He comes home with the win, or with the championship. Braden Perez won by 0.08 of a second over Owen Miles, who could not get there at the end. Top 10 was Braden Perez, Owen Miles, Caleb Rose, Ethan Lewis, Andy Thomas, Bradley Ream, Colin Cropley, Burt Macklin, Cole Stravik, Samit Oskin. And Stephen Collin was very close to getting lapped. He was 43 seconds behind, and in the last spot, but lost the draft after hitting the wall off of turn number 2, and he just couldn't get back in it. So a tough day for the 45. Jordan Watt, who was up front with not too long to go, fell all the way back and was almost last of the guys in the pack. He crossed the line at pretty much the exact same time as Madison Kingsbury did, and that all together after 8 races of some intense action, some great racing, lots of passes, and of course, 8 different winners in 8 races. Roger Parker is going to come home the best of them all, and he will come home with the championship here at Armory Digital.
That was an exciting season. I was really glad on the way that turned out. Congratulations to Roger Parker with the DRL Summer Series championship win. As Logan tried saying earlier, race winner. Not exactly the race win, but I would consider that a win because there's nothing better than a championship. And thank you all for staying with us for the entire season. Enduring the very interesting racing, intense action, a lot of lead changes, 8 different winners, like Logan said, in 8 races, and a few botched commentary calls. Of course, nothing could be worse than the Independence 100. And now we'll send it back over to Logan for the final points. Thank you all for staying with us this season.
And yeah, that'll do it from Andrew and I. The next event that we'll be running, I believe, is the New Year's 500, which will be New Year's Day, 2023. I'm excited about that. Excited to bring it back. We'll have signups for that hopefully sometime in November. But until then, we will see you guys later. Have a good one. Down to the final point standings of the 2022 DRL Summer Series, and congratulations to Roger Parker on his championship.